guys remember the day when I got the pure white Asian water monitor, Frosty? The animal was in Indonesia, and I had a good friend of mine named Keo that was really well connected, so I called Keo. Keo, how are you doing, man? Can you do me a huge favor? I'm actually gonna send you a picture on an Instagram feed. Could you see what's going on with this animal and find out if there's any way that you could get it for me? Thank you. All right, bye. Guess what? It's here. And I couldn't be more excited about this, guys. This was a long time coming. The last month or so, I've had a lot of sleepless nights. Guys, you don't even understand. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Guess what? The wait takes a little bit longer because there's a bag inside of a bag. Oh my gosh. It is exactly what I was hoping for. Look at this, guys. This is a pure white. Whoa, he's a little bit crazy, and I'm sure it's just had a long trip, but it's a pure white water monitor. You know, one of the problems with keeping animals is that they're absolutely amazing when things are going well. But when things go wrong, it's absolutely devastating. And Frosty was absolutely doing amazing from the day we got him till literally just a few hours ago.
Everybody thinks I'm 27, I'm only 23. But I feel 48. It evens out.
Frosty!
Mondays.
Frosty, big boy!
Is he okay?
Is he okay?
Oh shit, Frosty?
His eye's still not open. Oh, there he is.
Were you sleeping that hard?
Is he okay?
So Mike gave me the call, said that Frosty all of a sudden wasn't acting well. I immediately jumped in my car. By the time I got on the vet and got to the shop, things were looking pretty dire.
We had him in the soak for about half an hour now, and we just took him out of it. He basically kind of like threw up on the floor a little bit. He's not acting himself. Like, he's very almost lethargic-y. He's not really picking his head up a whole lot. I just don't know exactly what to do. I fed him Tuesday. He pooped and cleaned the water, all this stuff. But now this is like a whole another thing. Yeah, like right now he's almost like sleeping on the floor. Oh, okay. Now you're gonna fight back. That's good. He's got a little fight in him.
And sadly, within an hour of getting the call from Mike, Frosty had passed away, and I'd never seen anything like it. I mean, we didn't even have enough time to get it to the vet, to get it checked out. I mean, a couple days ago, it was completely fed, it was doing well. Even yesterday, it was acting completely normal. I don't really know what happened. You know, I have no idea. I've never seen an animal go from healthy to literally passing away within a matter of an hour. And to not really know what to do or what it was all about is, it's truly devastating. You know, the one thing about Frosty is it was a wild-caught animal when it was younger. Now, it was in captivity a couple years before I actually bought it out of Indonesia. But again, is there a chance that there could have been something that was in there because of wild-caught? You figure Toothless is about the same age as Frosty was. But Toothless we got as a baby. I mean, literally, it was 7 days old. It was hatched by Kevin over at Nerd. And it's just absolutely amazing. The thing that's scary is Frosty is acting just like Toothless is acting right now, just yesterday. So it's really scary when something happens that you don't know what's going on. So there's no doubt we'll want to send Frosty out for a necropsy just to find out what's going on. It could have been congenital, something could have been caught in its digestive system. I mean, there's all kinds of different things that could happen, but right now I'm just speculating. Again, I don't know what happened. I just know that it's absolutely devastating. And when you lose an animal like that, especially something that's so special, I mean, they're all special to me, but it really does take the wind out of your sails because you're like, what did I do wrong? You know, what did we do wrong? You know, and chances are it wasn't our fault because, I mean, it was doing so well, just like Toothless and Elvis and all our other monitor lizards, absolutely crushing food and training and absolutely habituated, and then just they gone just that quick. It just blows me away. So I have to find out what happened.
Frosty we didn't even have him that long, like maybe just over a year or so now. Literally working with that animal every single day since then. You know, whether it's just looking at him, feeding him, cleaning his water, cleaning his relax, training, which obviously we still have to work with her. When we came in and we found him and he's starting to act weird, it just like it almost like it makes you think a lot. And I'll say that like I said, we work with these guys every single day, and it really makes you question your job. Like, was it something that I did? Was it something that, you know, the team did wrong? Did he have something wrong? We don't know. You almost like, I just want to quit and walk out and not think about it. And the reality is that's part of the job is, you know, you take care of the animals for as long as you possibly can, the best you possibly can, but unfortunately sometimes things go wrong, and it sucks. It sucks a lot. If an animal could live 1,000 years, I would want to live 1,000 years with it. You know, Freya could live to be 50 years, but is she always going to live that long? No. We never know what's going to happen, especially with reptiles. They don't show signs of sickness until it's typically too late. It sucks a lot. I'm going to miss Frosty very, very much. I hope that you know, it builds my bond with the other animals stronger.
You know, we had so many plans for Frosty. I mean, he was such a great animal ambassador. Mike put so much time and energy into training him. He would come out, and he was super docile, you know, come out during open hours. We had a giant enclosure that was being made over at the Legasea Aquarium for Frosty. So it's tough because, you know, I've been doing this for a long time, 35 plus years. Sure, I've lost my share of animals, there's no doubt about it. It never stops hurting, you know, it never stops being devastating every time you lose something, especially when it's an animal like Frosty that is so special. You know, I mean, he's a one-of-a-kind animal. I can't replace a white monitor that I was so excited about having, and he was such a great animal. It sucks. I mean, it doesn't get easier. I mean, it never gets easier, and I guess it shouldn't, right? If it did get easier, then you probably shouldn't be doing this. I mean, if yesterday you would have told me that Frosty was going to be gone today, I would have said you were crazy. I said, what, did he escape? Did he run around? You know, for him to have passed is, I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, it's just absolutely devastating. You know, now obviously we'll disinfect this enclosure and we'll decide what to do moving forward. Yeah, I mean, there's a big hole in the future now, you know, because he was such a big part of what I had planned for the future. And being a relatively young monitor, only a few years old, I thought he was going to be around for another 25, 30 years. I just don't know what happened, and I'm literally absolutely, utterly devastated.
Chicken strip, I got some chicken for you. Starting to introduce him to the ball now. So he might not be able to see it, or he thinks it's something coming at him. Sometimes what I'll do is just tap a poo, and look, as soon as he looks, he gets rewarded.
Michael! That's awesome, dude.
Isn't that great? Well, I had to introduce the ball because now, as you guys saw the last time we took him out, he immediately came to the front thinking there's food. So I want to break that slowly because I love how enthusiastic he is, but I don't want him to run out and bite us every time he thinks that we have chicken. So you really do have to work in step, especially with animals. They're so smart. But at first it's breaking the fear, so he's used to us. I'm gonna even let him smell the ball, and then you give him the food. So you got to do it in step, and that way he can understand that we're still here, we're still feeding him. We don't have to set the food in there anymore. But now that he's on the ball, or at least starting to understand it, because the last time I was trying to feed, he was not in a great mood, and he just smacked the food right out of my hand. It hurt a lot, but it's okay. I'm trying to show him the ball that he's gonna eat. I still love to do feedings with kids and stuff with him, because like, Elvis can be a little scary to the average 4-year-old. Elvis can be a little scary to a lot of people. Hiccup is that perfect size monitor to where, like I said, when we do feedings with him, we don't let people touch him right now because he doesn't really know quite how to turn off the food. Just once he smells it, he gets into food mode, and then that's pretty much it. So we're still working with him on just like a little bit of desensitization. My brain is not working. We're trying to desensitize, so that way he understands that the food's over. Now he's gonna come out or just get touched. Here, I'm just gonna touch his side, and that's what we don't run around thinking that there's food. I want him to understand that now he's getting touched by something other than raw chicken. He's still a little jerky. Jerky sounds really good right now. I know it's really. Oh. He's like, really? That's it? See, waffles, I know you're not very happy because of the size of these, but it's just a little appetizer. It's like a little calamari. My mouth is watering. You're such a good boy still. I love you so much. Beetlejuice. Yeah, that worked.
Dude, that's crazy.
I know it's not your favorite, but this is slowly but surely becoming one of everybody's favorite thing to feed on the weekend because he is so high energy and so intelligent. A lot of people still want to feed him rodents on the weekend. We don't do rodents on the weekend. Might jump on your face and rip your finger off and chase you around the zoo. Oh, good job. Good job.
Reptiles can really hide their sicknesses, you know, I mean, they mask it because in the wild it'll show weakness, and the weakness could actually lead to them being killed. So reptiles are really good, but I'll be honest, I've never seen it that bad. Literally a day ago he seemed completely fine. Wham, something happened. And that's what makes me think it's something more catastrophic, you know, something like an organ failure or something that happened internally, because you just don't see rapid decline like you have there. And you got to remember, we spend so much time with our animals, you know, we're actually training them, habituating them, socializing them. So it's harder, right? Because they become part of your family. They become part of your everyday life. And, you know, you really do care for them. I mean, it's like a dog or a cat. You know, that's how we look at all our reptiles. You know, we work that hard on those guys to where if something happens to them, even when they're not feeling good or not eating a day or something like that, we get worried about it, right? It's not like you just lose a reptile. I mean, it literally feels like you've lost a part of your family.
Next up is Frosty, the white monitor. Let's see if it is. Now, you gotta remember, he's just settling in, so I'm not sure how he's gonna do. He definitely came out for the teaser piece of chicken. Now let's see if we actually find it in the puzzle. he found it. Found the first piece. I wasn't sure if he was gonna do that. And he moved a couple more, he's just crawling over it. So now I hope he's got it turned on. His brain is gonna start thinking, this is amazing. And look at right back to it, right back to it.
This is so much faster than Toothless.
We got another one. That's number 2. Oh, he's got 3. And he just pushes that aside like nothing. It's just cool how they kind of immediately figure out that if they move things around, there might be chicken underneath it. It's crazy to see how quick they go from like not understanding to being like all over it. Right there, right there. Yeah, you got it, yes! All right. And now he moved this one too. He moved this one too, right at his feet. Oh, did you see that? Oh my gosh, he just moved it over like nothing. There's only 2 more pieces to go. One is exposed. Well, it looks like that's it. He got 5 pieces, and I think he's full, so he walked away. But I didn't think that that was going to go well. He's only been in the country for less than a month, and he's already figured out this amazing puzzle.
One of the good things and bad things when you have really rare animals, you know, like Tyson, the albino eastern box turtle, you know, there's only a couple of these in the entire world. Well, with Frosty, there was only one of them that actually had that color palette. And it's really cool for people to come and see Tyson or Frosty and stuff like that. And like I had mentioned, when people came, they could literally feed Frosty. They could interact with Frosty. It was a really amazing animal. But when you get into these really rare animals like this, you can't replace them, you know. I mean, if something happens, it's not like I could just go out and buy another albino eastern box turtle or another white monitor. I mean, these things only come up once in a great while. And if it ever comes up again, who knows, maybe we'll get able to get it. But it might be 10 more years before that animal actually comes up. So it's really tough, you know. I mean, there's all kinds of emotional levels. You're emotionally attached. It's part of your family. You love the animal. The future of thinking about how many people's lives could have been changed by interacting with Frosty. And don't get me wrong, we've got lots of other animals that people can interact with, but still a big part of my future, and he certainly will be missed.